Guru Kripa Kevala. Namaste and welcome everyone to Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai. Just stop right there. Just stop right there, because what can happen is that the minute I say Sadguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai, then then you take this position that okay, satsang is starting, I'm going to learn something, I'm going to understand. You see, I hope it works for me today, I hope it's not too boring. So all these presumptions don't pick up. The idea that something is going to happen, forget about all of it for a moment. Don't try to make good use of your time. Don't try to really get it this time. Just simple, open, empty. Who are we trying to meet? Self-realization. Who are we trying to meet? Who is this self? Where can it be? Where can the self be?
Has to be here.
Here?
Here.
Here means?
I don't know.
Forget it. You see, whether we say here or we say outside or say inside, all of these things, we don't know any of them actually. Forget it. Don't suppose anything at all. Don't conclude anything at all. And allow me to say that that is to meet yourself. But you don't conclude even that. And anything that comes objecting to this is just traffic on the road. Don't bother with it. You don't have to cross any road. Whatever you think you are getting is all nonsense. Forget about it. The idea that I should be getting something is all nonsense anyway. The idea that I am not getting is also nonsense. You know where this is going. Every idea is all nonsense, including this that is being spoken. We have relied on nonsense to pretend to run our life, to control our life. So it has felt like nonsense has controlled our life actually. Concluding something now? Leave it. Like one time, it's like keep moving. Don't stop. Satsang is the opposite of stillness. Whoever told you come here to be still? You see, because your idea of still is some like lethargy or some idea of just being like the victim to the mind, sitting still. You see, like that. So don't be still, you keep moving. Idea is coming, but you are ahead of the idea. You keep moving. Don't look back at what the idea is. Keep moving. Go on. I see you stopping. Come on. Keep moving. You're looking back at some conclusion. Leave it. Just come. Come along. I see you stopping. Come, move. No stopping. No stopping allowed here. Keep moving. It's the anti-meditation. Move. Whatever it is, move. Snap out of it. Whatever conclusion you're drawing, just leave it. Come with me. You're still there, you come with me. Come. Don't stop. Come with me. Leave it. You come with me. Leave it. It's like you feel like I have to resolve that. No, you leave it. You come with me. Nothing is ever resolved. Leave everything unresolved. You come with me. You'll never be able to fill this intellectual void, you see. Everything, there'll always be some gap in the story, somewhere in the framework. You see? So leave all that today. You see? Just come with me. You see? Whatever is happening, you leave it. Come. I see you trying to be still. Come on, move. Don't stop. All of you online, I see you stopping. Move. Whatever you think you're getting of value from your mind, just leave it. Come with me. You feel like you're going to pluck a beautiful flower that will come in the mind. You leave it. You come with me. You're only going to get stung by bees. Nothing going to happen. You come. Move. Keep moving. Don't think, don't imagine all that. Leave it.
Uncomfortable to
Come. Move. Don't settle. It's not flowers you will pluck from your mind. Don't worry about that. You come with me. Don't be still. You're getting too still, all of you. Just move, move, move. Fresh, 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 fresh. No stopping, no stopping, no stopping, stopping, move, move, move. You don't mind saying what's happening, am I doing this right, wrong? Nothing, you leave it, you come. Leave it, come. Move, 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 move. Keep moving. No resting. You have enough stamina. Come on. Fresh. No meditating allowed. Come on, snap out of it. Keep moving. Even if God is coming, leave him. Keep moving. You keep moving. Whatever is inviting you, come, stay. Leave it. Move, keep moving. Buddha comes and says, I want to tell you something very important. Leave him, come. You come. You're not tired, it's just an idea. Just move. Where are you? Come, are you with me? Come on. Don't settle for any stale stuff. You keep moving. Nothing old. Old stuff cannot do now. Leave it. If it is a second old, it is too old. Leave it. If it's from the previous moment, forget about it. Come on, you're settling, come on. Fresh. Come on. No meditating. No. So you start off very well like that, and then the mind comes and says, what about this? Move. Who's with me? Who's left me? Who left me behind? Who left me ahead, rather? Who stopped? The bus is moving. Come on. Are you in the bus? Have you stopped? In the bus? How many in the bus? In the bus? Nobody in the bus. This Sangha is the least obedient. Come on. Move. Don't resolve anything. Nothing has to be fixed. Yeah. Move. No. Settling. Come on. Really all sweating. Keep moving. Come on. Where are you? We are here. Where are you? I'm here. Where are you? Move. Why are you stopping? That is the habit to stop. Just like, okay, what does this mean? Nothing. Move. What is he doing? Nothing. Move. Don't get stuck with anything at all. Don't attach yourself to anything. It's all stale stuff, stale news, fake news. Leave it. Come. I'm here now. Where are you? Here. Where? Come on. Moving, no? She is moving very well. Come on. Good. Fresh. Come on, man. Come on. I'm really in the bus. Leave the bus. You come with Move. Nothing is happening. Nothing has to be fixed. Nothing to think about. Nothing to resolve. Nothing to contemplate. Nothing to be still. Nothing to find. Move. You're not doing it right. You're not doing it wrong. Forget it. Come. Moving or no? Move. Keep moving. Settling. Too much stillness in this room. Come on. Snap out of it. No stillness allowed. For stillness, there is a separate hall. You go there. You keep moving. This one has just given up the I'm getting off this bus. I Hey, what does this mean? Nothing. Come, you come. Try it this way now. You tried it the other way long enough. Come. You're on the Guru train, as Bhagwan says. Come on. Leave the rest. Come on. Come. No position, no settling, no nothing. Who's becoming too still? Snap out of it. No stillness here at all. Move. Moving? Still settling. Come on. Too still. Move. Who's becoming still again? Last time we were doing like this. Everybody in the room started sweating in 10 minutes. As if it's some physical exercise or something. Nitin was sweating. What's happening?
Very hard to catch the
Fresh. No stale stuff allowed. No stale state, no stale idea, no stale contemplation, no stale conclusion, nothing. Stale God, definitely not. Some old image is coming, forget it. Fresh God is here. Fresh God, fresh. Settling? Where are you? I'm going to enjoy this.
I put something deep.
Let him go for a bit. I'll catch up later. Let me enjoy this thought. Nothing good will come out of that stuff. Nothing good. See? Move. Come back in the bus. Come on, fresh. Whatever your greatest idea is, forget it, leave it, come. Just like Milo, he's always on the go, she says. No? Like, move. Don't stop. Anywhere. You also, come on. All the awakened ones are not exempt from this exercise. Come. Come.
Look at something.
So you are trying hard to think, but not like your eyes show it. I keep thinking, but keep my eyes very. Move.
Like I'm trying to figure out how to relax.
No, don't relax. Don't relax at all. No. You're understanding. Come, move. If you're understanding, you're not moving. Move.
You should turn on the fan.
Starting to get hot. Come on, who's stopping? Come on. I'm tired right now. But what are you doing to get tired? The letting go is tiring, or what is tiring? All of you look wiped out.
It's so hot,
I'm the one who's consuming all this energy. She had put it on him. Fresh. Move. Move. Whatever you're holding, leave it. Just come. You're on the bus. Move. Who's going for stale stuff? Leave it. Come here, move. Come with me. Stale stuff. Leave it. Fresh. Hey, what's happening to me? Leave it. It's simple. Just simple. All this old stuff, let it die. Leave it. Bye bye. You're like, okay, now just let it settle back in the mind. Get on this train forever. Because what you may feel is rest is not rest, actually. You're just troubling yourself. To be fresh is your true nature, is your original self. Yes. All this latent, stale energy calls you, come, come. And it's like fresh consciousness immerses itself in that and plays as if it is. Good. It's so simple. So simple. Anything that's more than one moment old, forget about it. Anything that's more than one moment old, forget it. Keep moving. There's nothing good to be found there. Nothing you have to understand or conclude about it. Just forget it. You're not missing any true knowledge. The truth is here, fresh, fully alive. This is the only addiction. Our addiction to this staleness, But fresh. Something is there to say?
Well, no, it's like, even when, like, we want to say, oh, I'm no thing.
Yeah.
But even that is,
Yeah.
that thing, there's no thing,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Old stuff. You enter a new world where all the vegetables get stale in a moment. Don't go for any stale, overripe concepts. Nothing. Nothing is happening. Move. Don't buy any idea about what is happening or not. Nothing. Just. What groove you want to settle in now? Go back to some old grooves. Comfortable. Let me think about the truth and become a seeker again. You see? Forget it. Stale stuff. Leave it. Your mind will be screaming, some of you. You see, but, leave it. Fresh, old.
Begin to say it.
Exactly. Fresh.
To understand the question takes time.
Yeah, leave it. Get out of that groove. It can seem like home. Some of our grooves, they feel like, but this is too much. It was a nice outing. Let me come back home now. Yes, leave it. Like, Father, is it over now? Is it over? Can I come back to it? Why would you want that? Fresh.
It's like the mind is saying, no, but I've put a lot of work into it. All these memories of me. You know,
Exactly.
you can't throw that away. It's like that.
Irresponsible.
Yes. Who do you think you are to throw that away? You're such a bad person.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? Like the mind saying, who do you think? The mind wants you to inquire now.
It's really worked. The exercise really worked.
Really worked. It was nice while it worked. Now let's come back to normal. The old road will keep calling you back. You nourish them with all your riding over there. Just leave it. Right. Settling. That is the outer reply. Mind tantrum.
Well, I'm just thinking, why does the self do this to itself? You know, because there's nobody else.
Don't get into that. Why does the mind do it to itself? Still stuff. It present itself as a, wow, this fresh contemplation is so nice. You see? So stale veggies, stale tomatoes. You pick them thinking it'll be super nice, and what does it turn out to be? Stale stuff again. Tasted what? If that helps to stay present. Sometimes, just some activity, like that. Still? Fresh. Yeah, don't get enamored in the wordplay also. Not even wordplay. Nothing. Oh, it's like very fancy conclusions about itself. Just leave it. Tomato will come saying, I'm super fresh, trust me. And you're going to it, you'll bite it. What do you think is going to happen? I see you settling online. Come on, move. Very good. I see one or two doing it really well. Just moving. The head's also moving along. It's good. It helps. Just fresh.
Oh, we need like a playground. We can't stay seated.
No, you know the monkey ball.
What the monkey bars? You want monkey bars in satsang? That's a fresh idea.
Couple of guys hanging.
Good, 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 good. Good, very good. Sweeper. Inside one sweeper, outside one sweeper. Who's with me? Who's with me? Who's with me? Who's gone to stage stuff and who's with me? Who's with your fresh being? With your fresh being. Not being from one moment ago. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Live, live, live. Old, old, old. Old stuff, very attractive. Half price sale. What's getting you? What's getting you? How you identify if something gets to you? Some old stuff. Expose it.
Now you know what's actually happening.
And you know what's happening. Leave it all still. How come? Come on. Fresh, 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 fresh.
Clearance sale.
Clearance sale. All the best ideas will come now. Best ideas, what's the idea? What's the idea?
List.
List. Enlightenment done. What's next? Paris done. Machu Picchu. Leave it, old. They all stale vegetables. Just throw them out.
Father, you promised us ice cream.
Stale. But why is it so much exercise? I can understand because this body is like shouting and being a sports coach or something. Why are all of you getting tired?
Because you're asking me something not to do it.
I think we are trying very hard to learn what we don't want to do.
Fresh, leave that, fresh. If it makes you feel any better, then this is what the Buddhist practice of mindfulness is. This is what mindfulness is. I don't know what some of us have practiced that, but this is what it is. Just fresh, moment to moment, whatever it is. Leave everything. Leave everything. Everything past is dead. Forget it. All past never existed. Never existed. Not even dead. It never existed. Forget it. Fresh. It's here now. Here. I have all of you feeling a lot better about it. Mindfulness. Forget it. I'm wary of labels. I don't know why I use that. Where are you? Where? This is a convenient position because the neck is not naturally moving back. The ones who are right straight are this one is straight and the arm is come on. This exercise is not going to end, you know. What do you want to do once it ends? Ask questions, resolve our life, fix it, come to the truth. You see? What do you think this is? See? Inquire. Now we want to inquire. All the highest intentions are coming out. We should have a Zen stick. Yeah. Fresh.
This is how children are.
Yeah, exactly. Leave that now. Your children are not thinking this is how children are. Reverse psychology. Why would it be reverse psychology? Oh. What groove now? What groove are you in?
All the concepts about freshness.
All the concepts of what fresh? Why is fresh? It's like that. What is it? Avengers Endgame or Infinity Wars. Where is Gamora? Who is Gamora? Why is Gamora? The idea of continuity is fraud. The idea of linearity is fraud. You're just always fresh like this. But in your mind, you can feel like there's a linear story to you. See? And the minute you let go of this linearity, of course, initially the mind will come and say, but what does this mean? Am I doing this right? You see, still trying to get back into that linear story. But you step back from this, step out of this time and space. Don't think about it. You've never resolved anything here. See, you just replaced one problem with another, thinking that you've resolved something. Fresh father. Who's settling? Which groove are you settling into? Settle into this freshness. Settle into this freshness.
The mind is saying leave the freshness also.
Yeah.
He wants to come in there also.
Yeah. Leave that also, that he wants to come in there also.
Anything that the mind, as I see a story starts.
Yes. It starts interpreting everything that perception brings to it. But don't get into the groove of even trying to understand the mind, interpret the mind. That is also mind. The meta interpretations. The mind interpreting what the mind is, how the mind is interpreting the world.
And it's used to that flow continually, one thought to the other thought.
Yeah. That's Then you come back to being normal, which means what? You just say, okay, let's come back to suffering seeker. Just so now your face represents what your mind is thinking about me. Now, old stuff. Shall we get back to old stuff? Solving the spiritual problem. Freedom. We leave all this fooling around. Come on, get serious. Huh? Shall we? They don't know how to answer.
This is too serious. This is something. This is something. This means something. He's telling something very serious. Very serious.
Keep moving like that and not stay in any one place. Does that mean that you're already staying in that place then? Since
If it means something, it's not it.
But then you don't have to stay with
Leave it unresolved.
That resolves.
That's the biggest fear. You leave it unresolved.
It's not. Forget it. Is this true? It is not. Forget it.
I have to use the washroom.
Yeah.
You've been waiting for so long for her to use the washroom. No. You had an intuitive sense yet. Have you become that strict? Like in one school, I was like, "Sir, may I please go?" What is it, DPS Delhi or something?
I'll go after Olga.
After Olga.
After her.
After I heard after Olga. Message Olga and Sam. But when did I say you couldn't go to the water?
It's a test going
The next thought is mind is still there. So this exercise has not given anything.
Leave it, leave it. It's not an exercise. It's a way of life. If you make an exercise out of it, then it will just be an exercise, of course. No problem here, Father. Is this what it means, letting go? Yes. Yes. This is letting go. Just let go of all stale stuff.
Don't feel like listening to any questions.
Yeah, it is
So
fresh. Would you pick stale or fresh? Very good. Super fresh.
I am enjoying. Your mind is struggling strangely.
Yeah.
I am enjoying.
Yes. Let the mind struggle. I noticed that some of you, it's very natural like this. Really, not like a struggle or something. You're just like. It can seem like a bit of a exercise initially because we're so used to relying on this. Leave it, be fresh. Let go, like you said. It's just letting go.
See this mind wearing spiritual mask and
Huh?
this mind
Yeah.
is wearing spiritual
Of
mask.
course it will.
But if he comes as it is, he will cut like this.
Yeah.
So now he is wearing spiritual mask and coming to you.
Yeah.
Same.
But even this is the mask that the report on the thief by the policeman that he is coming like this is also the thief, isn't it? Hello. Stale or fresh? Stale idea, very attractive.
Stale idea, no? Fresh cover actually.
Of course. Fresh.
So you are catching that also without opening the cover.
It was all ideas like that. All ideas. All dressed in fancy clothes. Let's let it go. Come with me. You want the mind or you want fish? I see some of you are having to think about that. Settling back into the mind. Let's get back in the hypnosis. Like that? You get back in the hypnosis of the mind or stay fresh? Every idea from the mind is just like, you are this body. You have birth and death. All limiting. It's hypnotizing you. Leave it. Everybody is looking very tired. Wiped out. Fine. Fresh or stale idea? Fresh. Yeah, sometimes you feel like you have to shake it off.
This is selling like a fresh piece. Few seconds ago he was going.
Oh, she came later, no? So maybe she deserves a bit of explanation. So he said that anything. You were listening. She's like, can I turn around? In Bangalore, that's the advantage. Once you're almost here, then to go back is. This is only open and empty. I don't know what you all also.
Cats are coming.
By the dozen. Inside.
Is this open and empty?
Oh, this was open and he's got Dogan style. He's looking like hell.
That's kind of accurate. It feels like it's like Star Wars. The Force is strong, but here it's the force of the mind. So it's not
You're so fast, the picture is lacking behind.
Osho's voice is
Come and tell me. Many may not have heard it. You can be still for a moment.
It's already still. I can't.
So one time this lady comes to Osho and says,
I believe it. I can't do it, Father.
too pressure.
Yeah.
So she says that I always felt, I'm paraphrasing a lot. Nitin does it much better. So the sense of what you're saying is that I always felt deeply connected with God, and you see, I felt like in your presence I was coming closer to God and things like this. And now suddenly you said that there is no God, forget about it. I'm very confused. Can you please help me out of this confusion? And Osho says, baby, my whole job is to confuse you.
And it goes with his hands like this. Unless you are utterly confused, you will not let go of the intellect.
You will not let go of your knowledgeability. Okay, now? Fresh.
Stay fresh.
Refresh on her. You like you'll get nightmares tonight. Father's like. Very good, very good. The simplicity of it. You're just caught up in something that seems valuable to us, but actually is the oppressor. No, is making us suffer. You feel like, this is worthwhile. I must fix this. I have to resolve it. I have to come to the end of this. I have to really understand. All nonsense. Just throw it.
It's like slipping into a old idea of who you are. No, that's not you. This is you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Mind is it also guerrilla warfare. No? He's like, wait till Satsang gets over. He's just like snapping. Don't get into any old groove.
But except that mind actually, except where else can you go after Satsang?
I'm waiting outside school for you. Where will you go?
I know where will you
The old threads.
I'll see you outside. Yeah.
Especially very popular in Delhi. Okay. can be still for a moment. Something seems.
Like, I don't know which one I am. Like,
Which one?
I don't know what I am.
Good news.
If you know, you're wrong. If you don't know, also you're wrong. But borrowing from Osho. Like they were just saying before broadcast started, no? The minute you know, you're wrong. You see, the minute you know, you're wrong. But then if you like, if I don't know, then I'm right. No, even then.
Because you know this.
Because you know.
You know this.
You know this exactly.
Yes, quite down.
His mental narrative is quite authoritative. Yes, quiet down. Simmer down.
What he's saying is, today's takeaways, I know I can be without intellect and I can.
How will you take it away? There's no doggy bag here to take away. All fresh. There's no provision here to pack any food and take it away. No packing any, no takeaway. It's like a buffet. You can't take away from a buffet. I didn't go into the buffet. You said all I can eat. He's sweating. Is it just the laughter? Stale or fresh?
You do this forever?
Stale. Forever is just an idea. Doing is an idea. This is an idea. You is an idea. Everything is. You do this forever. All of them are just.
No, the you is gone.
Yeah. You is gone.
Nothing.
Do is gone. This is gone. Forever is gone. No good stuff will be bought from there. What do you think about what happened to you today? Is he expecting gold and silver to come? No. Nothing useful comes from there.
Oh, how can I carry this? How to apply it outside?
Extreme control.
So it's not personal. Everything is amusing now. Somebody thinking what? What? Drinking stale water? Why did you laugh? Why? Somebody coming first time to Satsang, very fresh. Is this the same guy who has all those transcripts? Or he's saying it's fresh?
Two words.
Come with me, come with me. much stillness in this room.
Stillness, yes. Just stillness.
Too much stillness. Don't mistake stillness to be stillness. That is Nitin's quotable quote. Something just makes a wheel, no? It's just like she's saying, just makes a wheel. And we go into separate universe. It's like, hello, hello. Yes, you. Hello. Who's calling? It's you, of course. Nothing useful will come from that exercise. You just this problem solving mode, no, or conclusion finding mode, or what this means, what does this mean? Nothing useful will come from that. You just do that. So that's the habit. That is the habit. So just take it in the fun of it. I don't mean it as some, just saying, to get introduced to this habit itself, see, to notice it.
Head bobbing to agreement, yes, Father. Have to do that too. Let go.
All the stillness is coming out.
Wait.
All the still energies.
Can you put the fan?
I'm gonna go sit there.
Is that fresh or stale? Back. One says Osho's dynamic meditation is somewhat like this.
There's a part that they go all out.
Yeah. Everybody's already sweating while sitting on the ground. She caught herself only. I didn't have to. She started laughing. This one has gone off the bus. She got the thinker pose on.
All the time.
Completely relate to Sharanya doing this.
She's like, that's what you think. ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ fresh what is
That is fresh in Kannada.
I was
I don't know Kannada. Fresh only. भूल गई वो.
I need to conclude, no? It's so much. It's like, what's happening here? Nothing that you will ever know.
Thanks, Haridas.
It's like,
The mind just going, no, it can't be this, can't be this. Like, I don't know anything. You gotta make something out of this.
this is the whole attempt of the mind, to make something out of nothing.
Now I will confess that I don't know anything.
At least can we hang on to that? I know that I don't know anything. Is that your favorite book? The Thinker by Rodin.
Such a habit.
There's something stupid or silly to expose, but still I will tell. Because maybe because there was some background of yoga and stuff like that.
Some background of?
Background of yoga and so there is this mind once again saying maybe he's doing background some energetic
He's doing some energetic healing also.
work he's doing.
Background work is going on. Behind all this silliness, you know. I could have finished 200 lines of code by now. So this better be helping at some level. Huh? Come on. All of you, I see you online. Is it way? I like this. Start.
Feels tired.
Just tired.
Effortlessness is tiring, no? Initially.
Yes.
At least
You just leave it. Just leave it. Don't attach to anything stale. You see? Somehow I'm seeing it also, all of you just running out of energy, attention. You see? Because it's as if you're working hard to withdraw from the mind.
It's like gravity.
Right, exactly.
Like anti-gravity. When you're in
Correct.
space,
Correct.
feel like you want to catch on to things.
Yes.
When you're in a satellite. That's why it's taken a lot of effort to.
So I have to take you beyond escape velocity.
Yeah.
Take you beyond escape velocity, then you will not feel the gravitational. Just like gravity, actually. It's just like left it, then something. You leave it. So just like that. But it is not in reality a force like that. It's just the force of habit. It's just a force of condition. You see, we have this conditioning that we operate like this.
That's the mind is going up. Okay, so the self creates the mind.
Yes.
You know, right?
Forget it, just forget it. No self, no mind, nothing. Just leave it. It's feeling like you are continuously cutting the Ravan's head as and when it is growing. In a way, it is like that. In a way. Because what are the strongest heads sprouting up? Our spiritual ideas. Oh, is this the self doing this to the thing? Or our spiritual conclusions? Oh, is this what it's like to be free? You see, like this. Some of you are looking scared of me now.
There's no subtle way to actually pretend that I'm not thinking.
You tried, some of you trying. Like the sages pose on. Closing eyes is another strategy. He's also trying to check. Because you have some perceptions, which are friends, and you just keep your attention on those perceptions, then you can feel a bit easier. So many of you have some, sure. There's some.
chanting.
It's becoming a reformed mind. Easy.
No.
I refuse to accept pardon. I was not thinking. Your radar is not functioning properly. Change the pose.
Still thinking.
From this to some progress. Get serious. Some of you are worried. Is Satsang always going to be like that? What about all the good stuff you were learning?
How to be natural.
How to be fresh.
To be fresh. Hearing about that was much better. Hearing open and empty was much better than actually. Much easier. Yes, when we are open and empty, then the truth is apparent. You'll try it sometime. I start looking at them and like, don't think. Hope he doesn't think I'm thinking.
Yesterday I was listening to Munshi and I wanted to
Very
discuss
smart.
a really important point.
I have to listen to it.
Yeah, we could.
Like Ronan.
Can't say no to listen.
No, that was a plan. The whole day. Tomorrow I will discuss this with
Guruji also says if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Who's with me? Who's with me?
No one, you better go.
One in the beginning list.
Come on, all aboard. Who wants a break from the Guru train? You want to step out and play with the mind
We
for
are
a
like,
bit.
we are on board, start the bus.
Huh?
We like saying we are on board, start
We
the
start
bus.
the like the children, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Medical situation.
A medical situation happening.
Expensive music.
Bhagavan was just sitting there. What's he doing?
What's he doing? Both of us have the same question. He's wondering what's he doing. He's wondering what he's
And there are no two.
Yeah, of course, no two. Okay, settle down. You are the body. Nothing is happening.
This tiring is in the beginning.
Yes.
Because the mind is so peaceful, like falling.
It is. We're not yet used to the effortlessness of this. It seems like we are having to, like she was saying, make an effort to escape this gravitational hypnosis in a way. In any notion, no, it's telling you the same story. You are the body. You are feeling very sleepy. So it puts you into this sort of delusional sleep, and you just
He's getting it. He's cheating.
He's got an advantage in the game.
Like she said, I was getting it.
Like I always failed in my some degree, whatever engineering. Here I can fail and chill out.
Still. All conclusions, every idea. Old.
Dark freshly.
Hello. I know. She was like, I was just thinking, yes. Yeah, both of you backbenchers. He started thinking for me. This is the wheel, this is the hypnosis that gets lifted. Come into this freshness, this openness, this emptiness. This habit, you see, this habit to try and conclude something, to get some meaning out of it. What does it all mean? What does it all mean? But the meaning of this is much beyond what we can think, much beyond what we can capture this way. The universe, God, the self are not going to make sense to you here, but we are trying to, that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to make sense of it here, but we are losing our true sense in trying to make sense of it here. Okay, let's read something. Most of the time I hear only laughs for long intervals and I don't get a thing. Then I try to figure out if Drishti has her picture up on video as she is not moving at all. Very deep meditation. Stillness or stillness? Very deep meditation, which is further confusing me. Today has been a very confusing satsang so far. Confusing is good or bad? If you're confused about that, then that's good. Did we come to satsang for intellectual understanding? All intellectual understanding you have already. You've read enough books, seen enough satsangs. There's nothing new that you will hear in satsang which will give you now fresh intellectual understanding. But how will you go beyond this limiting intellect? You see, that which you think is going to be your savior is actually your oppressor. You see, your intellect. You think that once you are convinced and you have the right answer there, that is actually what is making you suffer. You see? Because in your conceptual framework, there will always be a gap. There will always be something missing. And you keep trying to fill that out, trying to understand. That's why everyone always feel like they're almost free. You see, everyone feels like I'm almost there, almost there. What is that a statement of? It is just a statement of your intellectual report, which always seems like there's just little bit gap left. So don't fall for the same old tricks. Maybe some of you joined a little later. So what we're just doing is that considering everything that is even a moment old is stale, is not fresh. So you stay fresh with me. There's nothing to understand really. Nothing to figure out. No truth has gone missing in your freshness. You may feel like, but I left my greatest intellectual understanding behind. But that intellectual understanding would not have been the truth. The truth is apparent to you now, in your freshness. Never in some stale idea, never in some notion. And those who have invested a lot in these ideas, in the nourishment of these ideas, for them it can seem like a bit of a challenge, a bit of effort. It's like yeah, I still love you, Father. Why? What did I do so? Did that come into doubt somehow? Like in spite of today's satsang. Thank you, Mother. I'm getting a bit worried now. Thank you for all the confusion, Pranam. You see, that's why, like many times I'll hear a report from someone in satsang these days and I'll ask them, how do you know that that is bad news? You see, do you really know it is bad news? I'm just not understanding anything. I've been in satsang so long. When will I really get this? I don't know what's going on. I say all of that, most of that sound like good news to me. Why does it sound like bad news? Because we have mistaken false knowing to be true knowing. You see, we have mistaken false ideas to be valid truths. We have mistaken notional knowledge to be self-knowledge. And satsang is a de-addiction from that. It's a de-addiction to come to our naturalness, to come to our simplicity. If it was in notional understanding and intellectual concept, then Jesus would never have said, only the children will enter the kingdom of heaven. So, agreed that a lot of investment has gone into that, you see, but are you willing to bet the rest of your life on the same investment? Have you heard the term good money chasing bad money? Is it just because you've invested so long in a mistaken idea, does it mean that now you're willing to bet your life on the same mistaken idea? See, just because you don't want to feel like that was a wasted effort. It was not wasted. It had its room in the play. It played out like it was meant to. But don't invest any more in any staleness. Don't invest any more in things which are in time. Don't try to make anything out of this non-existent me. You've already invested so much in this imaginary friend. Like children have imaginary friend for a year or two, but if they have imaginary friend for 60 years, you see, then people consider it a serious problem, right? So don't invest any more in this imaginary one with a story. And what is the reason to invest more? Because you've already invested so much. That's no reason. It's not going to end up working just because you invested so much. If you thought you were a pumpkin for 50 years, you're not going to become one. Another 10 years is not going to help you become a pumpkin. So just because you've invested so long in a bad idea doesn't mean you invest more. You see, it's just a bad idea. That much trust you have to come to. That much trust you have to come to. I'm like the doctor telling you that the one who has the affliction is imagined, let go of it. But if you don't trust the doctor, you will keep following what your head is saying. No, but I really feel it. Like what else you want to try to make the me work? Your last straw is to give it enlightenment. No, I want to be the enlightened me. Now trust me, there is no enlightenment for this me. Just get over it. It's not going to happen. That's the last final move you have, isn't it? Tried everything else. Only this move is left, that we will make this life worthwhile. We tried it through all other means. Now we're going to try and make it worthwhile through freedom, enlightenment for this me. It is not for this me. What you are is already free. So all of our stale ideas, all of this conditioning is just to make a story out of you. The me is just a story. There is no tangibility in this story. There is no real entity there whose story this is. The me itself is just a story itself. So there is no fixing or something possible for this me. It doesn't exist. To be empty of this notion of me, to be empty of this idea of me is consciousness, free, fresh, open. To be in the hypnosis of its own story about a limited object, you see, is consciousness playing as ignorance or ignorant. Really as simple as that. It's very, very straightforward. So when you let go of your stale story, that's why I'm not presenting this sweet sort of play that we did today as an exercise or something. I'm suggesting it as a way of life. Consciousness suggesting to consciousness that try it this way now. See, try it this way now. You will not miss out on anything valuable. Because this is the worry, isn't it? If I just keep moving, if I'm fresh all the time, what if some great gem was going to arise from my mind and I missed out on that? It's not happened so far, it's not going to happen again. It's only making you miserable. Then one says this is A delightful satsang, allowing the freshness of being. Thank you. This is what I felt was. It was quite delightful. At the beginning I said, at beginning said, I only come to satsang because I love you. You asked what we came to satsang for or something. Yes. Forget it. Keep going. Yes. Now she is telling me to be fresh. What is the time limit you want to set to stillness?
What time?
I said 1 moment. If it's 1 moment old, it's already still. What do you want to say? Give yourself the license, whatever you want. Because when it comes from me, it sounds like an imposition. You decide. It is still after. After?
I'm buying into it. After
It is still by EOD, as they say at work. They also say EOBD, end of business day, because end of day sometimes then the work comes out at 11:59 p.m. So when is still by? When is the notion still? Moment? What do you feel? It's important for some time? You decide that time. You can't even engage with the question now. You're so fresh. It's like, what's he talking? Stale stuff. Good. Leave it. Somebody want their license? No, nobody wants. Then one says, no exceptions, question mark, you decide. That's what I'm saying, you decide. What exception would you like to make? Which filter of stillness would you apply? What filter of reality will you apply? So, do you want to apply everything that comes and goes is not real?
Yeah.
That is Vedanta. The fundamental premise of Vedanta is that reality does not come and go. That which comes and goes is not real. That is Viveka. Which is the filter you want to apply? One minute, 10 seconds. No exception. No exception is needed. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Baba ki
Jai.
Sadguru Shri Ananta Ji ki
Jai.
Guru Kripa Kevala. Thank you so much for following along very beautifully.